shed tore down?
Is that just one?
Did you get the RV out of there?
Guess so.
You good? Everyone good? We're going to go ahead and call the November 18th, 2025 City Council meeting to order. I'm going to go ahead and start with a roll call to establish a quorum. Ward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and at large are all present. I'm going to ask Councilman Smith to lead us in prayer.
Gracious God, as we come before you today to discuss important matters, we ask for your guidance and wisdom. You are the source of all knowledge and understanding. Therefore, we seek your direction in our decision-making process. Help us to listen attentively to one another with open hearts and minds. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Smith. We're going to move on to the approval of the agenda. Are there any amendments? Okay, if none, we're going to move on to our announcements. We do have an announcement that November 27th through 28th, the city offices will be closed for Thanksgiving. November 29th is our Christmas in the Bay event, and December 2nd is our next city council meeting. We do not have any guest speakers tonight, and we will move on to our first public forum, which is related to agenda items. Thank you. Mr. John Oman.
Regarding item 7D, which is the site approval for Jim McPhail's project on Auburn Avenue, I just want to remind you that that property is adjacent to the residence of former Councilman Gene Hoffman, and that Gene, in the past, in the council, had voted one or more times in favor of this project. He couldn't be here this evening at another meeting, but I spoke to him, and he did not ask me to speak on his behalf, but he told me that he remains very much in support of the project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. John Bazu. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good evening, Council, Mr. Mayor. My name is John Bazu. I live at 216 Citizen Street. Earlier this year, I came before you with concerns about the flock camera system. I asked for community oversight, for transparency, and for basic data showing whether the system actually improved safety. In the months since, none of that information has been provided. Yet tonight, we're being asked to renew the program for $75,000 without a single metric in the packet demonstrating its value. I want to be clear. I'm not here in opposition to law enforcement. I'm here as an ordinary citizen who cares about his community and believes in responsible, evidence-based decision-making. We all know that in modern life, we give away a lot of personal data through apps, phones, streaming, and social media. But in each of those cases, we make a choice. We click an agree button. We sign an end-user license agreement. We decide whether or not to participate. This system is different. There is no opt-in, there's no opt-out, there's no EULA, and there's no opportunity for individual consent. The only people who get to make that decision on our behalf are in this room tonight. That's why accountability matters so much. Before this council votes, I believe we deserve an answer to a few basic questions. How many crimes were actually solved because of this system? Did our clearance rates improve after it was installed? What percentages of all scans involve innocent residents innocent residents going about their daily lives? How many false positives were generated? Who outside the city, including state and federal agencies, has access to this data? Is there any meaningful way for a citizen to opt out of being tracked? These questions aren't unreasonable. They are the minimum standard for any surveillance program that affects every person in town. And even if the funding comes from a grant, it's still public money spent in the name of public safety. If this system truly increases safety, there should be evidence. If there is no evidence, then we should not renew it. Bay St. Louis is a community built on trust and ease, the kind of place where people feel free going about their lives. That sense of freedom is worth protecting. If this system cannot prove that it is effective, proportionate, and necessary, then we should reconsider whether it belongs here at all. If the city wants surveillance, it needs evidence. If it cannot provide evidence, it should not provide surveillance. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Anita Warner?
Anita Warner, I'm asking about item 6H, motion to approve payment to Orion Planning in the amount of $1,590 for the Bay St. Louis Code zoning rewrite. This has been going on for 3 years now. Where are we, and when will the citizens be able to see this document, comment on it? Can anybody answer that? I just keep being told we're working on it.
It hasn't been 3 years. Can I speak to that?
No, yeah.
We did a 1-year comprehensive plan
Right,
rewrite, one contract, and then for a year
Which is
and about,
finalized.
which is finalized, approved July 2024. Then in September, October of 24, I think it was 24, about a year ago, we went into a zoning code rewrite.
I remember that
Those are your
part.
dates.
Okay, well, I remember
We're
we
1
had,
year,
we had a year of
Contracted it.
community meetings
Mhm.
and input, and then we had to, and so where are we now, and when will we see it, and when will we be able to comment on it?
we're hoping within like 30 days to have a draft that would go to P and Z, and then there would be a public hearing 30 days after that.
At P and Z or
goes
another
to-
public hearing?
Well, it starts with P and Z,
Right,
then has a public hearing at P and Z.
okay, and then
We're
comes
at the
here,
final stages
good.
before it becomes public.
I'm glad to know, because I'm anxious to see this, particularly in light of what has been going on at Shieldsboro, clear cutting, and
But just
where
for the
are we
record, it
with
hasn't
the
been
tree?
3 years for zoning code rewrite.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Mr. Andy? Item?
what number it's on, but this is on, the couple putting in the park and coming out on Blue Meadow. I understand from the minutes that I received that that's going to be voted and declined. We appreciate that at our subdivision. We didn't buy into the subdivision to have wide streets. We didn't buy into the subdivision to have speed bumps, which I don't know if you're aware, but speed bumps are the world's worst thing for a front-wheel drive vehicle, and most of us have front-wheel drive vehicles. We didn't buy in for all of it. We didn't buy in for continuous traffic. I appreciate y'all upholding the integrity of our subdivision and not allowing it. I'm not against the people having that. If they wanna have that, then have enough money like when I built my subdivision in Hattiesburg to do what you need to do. Buy the land, put your road out somewhere else. Don't use somebody else's road. We don't need the traffic. Everybody on our street is either retired or semi-retired or looking forward to getting to retirement. We don't, you know, we walk up and down our street, we ride golf carts up and down the street. Some of us that are coordinated enough ride bicycles up and down the street. We don't need, you know, all the traffic, continuous, and that's what the traffic would be, continuous, day and night. but I appreciate y'all voting that down. Again, I'm not against it, but our street isn't the one that needs to be used. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Roger Erickson?
Roger Erickson, 86 Wolf Street. I've lived at that location for about 45 years. And this is in regards to that RV park that they were trying to put in and utilizing Wolf Street turnaround in 1993, Bay St. Louis issued a permit to Casino Magic. Didn't want any traffic on Blue Meadow. And one of the predetermined was that the Casino Magic make access road from Highway 90 to the casino. For some reason, it never happened. Since 1994, I take my life in my own hands every time I pass the entrance, because everybody runs a stop sign. Putting RVs and big trailers on Blue Meadow is really detrimental to traffic. Also, the high school, they didn't want traffic going across the high school. So I have no clue why Casino Magic got access on Blue Meadow and did not put the drive in. At any rate, I'm glad y'all are denying it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Brian Hutt? Tadaway. There it is.
And pretty much my ditto, the same as my neighbors here on 7C. You know, Wolf Street is just a residential area, having commercial vehicles going up and down would just ruin our perfect little paradox that we have. I think these places are very noisy. People will go down our street and then they'll pass their turn and then they'll get stuck. It's going to be a mess. There's no way for them to turn around unless they go into some property. We have maybe 2 empty lots now that's available, but 2 people about to build. So there's no turnaround for these. But mainly it's going to be a noisy area. So widening the street would not really be acceptable. If they do go, you know, they need to come off of Blue Meadow itself. So the person would need to purchase that property. So y'all right now denying it, we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Tony Johnson? We'll still let you come up and talk now, even though it's on the council business, only because.
You want me to wait?
No, you can do it now,
Okay.
and we'll call you up if we have any questions during that time.
Good evening. My name's Tony Johnston. I'm here to see if y'all can waive the rental fees for Bay St. Louis Community Center on January 31st, 2026 for a Hancock County First Responders Appreciation. It's going to be ball themed, catered event, live entertainment, and it's for Hancock County First Responders as well as the fallen officers here in Hancock. We thought about doing it during the week, but everybody knows Saturday, weekend's always better. So we secured the date and we put the cleaning deposit down on it. I came here tonight to see if y'all would kindly waive the rental fees for Hancock County First Responders.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tony. If we have any questions during the council business portion, we'll ask you to come back up, so if you want to hang around.
How much
For the
fees
hall?
are
For the
hall?
hall on Saturday?
1,800.
Okay. No one else has signed up for the public forum regarding agenda items, so we will move on to the minutes approval. I'll call for a motion to approve the minutes of November 4th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to our consent agenda. Does anyone have any issues with the way it is presented? If not, I will call for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion?
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Davis, second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, just a couple points of clarification. On item G, the motion for the Bay Motor Winding, Mike, we've gotten that assessment. What would be the next, what's the next plan? What's the next step? What does this get us? Just if you don't
This
mind
gives
detail.
information on all our lift stations and other things, motors, everything. They doing repairs as they go on some of the things. It's gonna get us up to where we won't have to go pull motors, this, that, everything, and get it done. They'll do some of the work as they go. When they find the things, like we said, the impellers, if they bad, they'll replace them.
So
now
that,
and all.
so there's some replacement if there's parts that need to replace that falls under this rate?
Yes, some of this will fall under that.
I will tell you, with the SCADA system, I was with Ronnie, he actually pulled up his phone and is able to see when those lift stations turn on, the motors kick on and off.
Yeah, they'll be able to monitor to where,
pretty
how much it puts out, the amount of run time and everything. So we don't have flow meters on all our on any of our lift stations, but they'll be able to go in and figure out what the flow is going out and how much flow we've used.
And that's something we had previously added to our water wells, and water tanks, so you can tell when they're pumping and doing their things.
Okay. So if there are materials that need to be replaced, you'll make sure that it falls under this scope. If there's materials that need to be replaced and the labor, that falls under this total sum.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have an idea of maybe, what that estimate might be in terms of just the failing or ones that have failed in the past? Are we looking at percentage what that might end up entailing? No. I just want to make sure you get the best bang for their buck. Again, what I'm saying is if there's one that's identified that needs to be replaced, it gets replaced. So I'm sure it's covered.
Yeah, they're fixing things along the way that are small and things that can quickly be done, like floaters or something, but they're identifying other future problems. That would be a fourth phase of the ARPA project.
Do you know offhand what would be the balance in that phase 4? I know it's kind of.
It's over $1 million.
Yeah.
If I tell you the exact, I'd lie to
Yeah.
you. I can get you that. It's in the spreadsheet.
Thank you. Okay, any other discussion?
Yes, item A with the insurance, is that going into effect as of January 1?
That's a January 1 effective date.
Any other discussion? No? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to our planning and zoning applications, I will call for a motion to follow planning and zoning's recommendation and deny the application for a variance of 3 foot 6 inches to the fence height requirement, resulting in a 9 foot 6 inch fence that has already been constructed, submitted by Daniel Chen, located at 402 State Street, parcel 149E-0-29-262. It was approved 4-0. And this is a vote to deny it.
Correct. Motion?
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to number B, motion to follow planning and zoning's recommendation and deny the application for special exception to allow construction of an RV park on property zone C3 Commercial District submitted by Sherilyn Alcazar, located at 3220 Longfellow Road, parcel 138H-0-46-019. It was approved 4-0.
Motion to follow planning and zoning?
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
Hold on.
So we asked that you would speak at the public forum section of the meeting, and then the public hearing is supposed to happen at the planning and zoning meeting, which I I'm sure the others watched as well. I did see you speak at that as well. Thank you. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. I'll call for a motion, moving on to, letter C, motion to follow planning and zoning's recommendation and deny the application for special exception to allow the construction of an RV park on property zoned WF-2 Waterfront District submitted by Timothy Wyatt, located at 2078 Lazy Lane, parcel 136L-0-37-002. It was approved 4-0.
Motion to follow planning and zoning?
I also wanted to bring up that this was asked for us to consider tabling till the
Yeah, I think
December.
Mr. Johnson is here to ask
Ask for
for
that.
this to be tabled. He's an attorney that has been, not to steal your thunder, you can have at it if you want,
you
but he's been hired, and he sent an email asking for this to be tabled because he just got brought into it.
Yeah. He sent the request in. I saw it come. If you don't mind coming to the podium.
President and members of council, my name's Hayes Johnson. Mr. and Mrs. Wyatt had to return to Tennessee and aren't here tonight. I got involved about a day and a half ago and would like just simply asking only for you to reset this to your December docket so that we can have an opportunity for them to be here, address some of the comments that have already been made here tonight and which were also made at the public hearing. And that's all we're asking for, is just for you to delay or to reset until December.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anyone like to table it, or would y'all like to move forward? If you like,
Let's move forward,
forward.
please, with my
Yeah.
motion.
I got a motion from Councilman Smith. I have a second. A motion from Councilman Smith to follow P and Z's recommendation and deny. Do I have a second? I make a second. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to agenda item D, 7D.
My only comment on that one, if you back up for a second, would be, I think if anything was to change in what was presented to planning and zoning, it had to start over anyway.
Start over
correct?
anyway.
So I wouldn't wanna extend it and alter anything that was presented before that people wouldn't have a chance to see and comment on that planning and zoning again. So if they wanna resubmit it, start the process over and go back through, would be my thought process.
Absolutely.
Correct, just restart, because you'd have to go back anyway.
Yes,
Right.
so.
You'd
that's
have to
why.
do all the hearings and
Yes,
everything.
Exactly, yes, to follow the process correctly.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman DeSalvo. Moving on to 7D, asking for a motion to follow planning and zoning's recommendation and approve the application for major site plan review for the development of a condo submitted by Jim McPhail, located at 209 and 291 Ullman Avenue, parcel 149F-0-29-038.001, and parcel 149F-0-29-055.002. It was approved 4-0. Do I have a motion?
Motion to follow planning and zoning?
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I had a question. How many units are there? I couldn't figure that out on the,
It's not on the submission.
It's one,
I saw something where he was, instead of 2 stories,
One
was gonna be
story.
1 story,
Yeah.
but how,
I don't remember what the count was on that.
okay,
I'll find out.
8, it looks like.
8,
7, 8,
yeah,
yeah.
It looks like 8 from
yeah.
the bedroom count.
Oh, you have a different drawing.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the first one is.
He's not asking for any parking variances.
Oh, that's,
Yeah,
I
that's the
didn't
first
have
It's in the
one.
system, there's no retail.
okay.
And then that one.
Okay.
Is that part of, just looking at the picture, is it part of the property as well? Like where it says existent residence and then it's like the pool and golf cart
That's a
parking?
house next door.
No, that's the neighbor.
That's
Yeah.
all the neighbors, the part in the back as well?
Whole separate house.
Like this little area?
Any other discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Project updates under the engineer's report.
I don't see Jason.
I don't see him here, but I think there was a,
I think there's
there's an
I think
action
there's an action item later under the mayor's report, but
for that. Yeah.
other than that, I believe it's just a bunch of information for your review.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it, that it was underneath the, mayor's report. Okay.
Hey, Mike, do you know, I know I was in correspondence with Jason on the area on Third Street where it looks like they scoped it to see if there is, you know, if the pipes are in good shape. It doesn't look like there's any major infiltration, but there's some area of infiltration near the intersection. So he was gonna get a, recommendation for us for the road repairs. Has he gotten you anything or gotten with Ronnie on the plan?
That's not gonna fall under the ARPA funds, that'll fall under a paving, when we can do some paving, all, get some things done.
Okay. So we haven't gotten any recommendations though as to,
No, just to come in and level and then repave. They'll come in and level it,
mm-hmm.
and then they'll put a layer on top of it, but don't have a timeline on that yet. There's some other streets we're trying to get done in a little group area, and try to get it all done at the same time.
Yeah, it says Third Street pavement repairs recommend to apply an asphalt leveling course to the settled areas and then overlay the street sections. But I guess you'd have to figure out what all you're doing.
so you're trying to wrap that up in some other street repairs? So no estimated, just an ETA, nothing?
No, because that would be a major, I don't think, I won't say he can't do it, but the one we get to do our street repair patches and all, I'm not sure if he can do that or not, that long street, if he's capable of doing
So
that.
is it just settlement over time? Because I mean, it's definitely it's deteriorating each month that goes by.
And what they said, that they've checked everything, all the laterals and all, don't see any, anywhere where it's leaking, infiltration, anything like that, that it's just a settlement on the road. I guess after the storm, when they came in, everything was quick, and really didn't give time to settle in and pack down and all. We faced the same thing on, what was that, Dunbar, right there before you get to Felicity, south side of Felicity, and had to do the same thing in there. We dug it out a few years back and went in and didn't find anything, and then what it was, just settlement and everything.
We'll go with Jason, see what that recommendation may be, and maybe get a price estimate and bring that back to the council, because it is, I don't know if you guys have gone down that lane. I'm sure you probably have a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, especially in front of Anita. Everyone else avoids it, goes in the other lane. My wife seems to think she can just fly through. I don't know. Anyways, gets airborne. But yeah, it's definitely deteriorating. So maybe just get with Jason and Ronnie and see what they came up with and get some price estimate and see.
See what he's got.
Yeah. Yeah, it's catch-22. It does act as a little bit of a deterrent, huh?
Speed control.
Yes. Any other questions or discussion regarding the engineer's report? Okay, moving on to 9A, a motion to approve ordinance 676-11-2025, amending chapter 12 buildings and building regulations by adding section 12-25, standard for material, equipment, and installation to establish electrical material and installation requirements within the city of Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second, DeSalvo.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to the city clerk's report, agenda item 10A, a motion to approve the docket of claims 25-060 dated November 18th, 2025, in the amount of $1,057,734.45. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Davis, second.
Any discussion?
No.
Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on, Councilwoman Holmes has left the room at 5:58. I will call for a motion to approve the docket of claims 25-061 special dated November 18th, 2025, and the amount of $922. Do I have a motion?
Moynihan motions.
Do I have a second?
Smith.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 6-0. Councilwoman Holmes has re-entered the room at 5:59. Moving on to agenda item 10C, a motion to approve the docket of claims 25-062 special dated November 18th, 2025, and the amount of $3,007.33. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to 10D, a motion to approve the docket of claims 25-063 special dated November 18th, 2025, and the amount of $70,346.64. Have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Moving on to the mayor's report. And 11A. We'll call for a motion to approve the agreement with Flock Safety for 25 video camera PTZ with LTE service for 1 year totaling $75,000, which is funded by the Mississippi Office of Homeland Security Grant Program.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion?
Yeah, just a few things. If we can, so John, I think you brought up some really good points and requests for metrics. Chief, I don't think you were in here at that time. If you're Jordan okay with it, can we maybe pose some of those questions? Can we get some of those answers just in terms of the data and the metrics? You probably aren't aware of it. If you're okay, maybe John repeat some of that.
Yeah, if he wants to come up. I wrote a handful of them down as well, but if you want to.
I have several more that I wrote down in case there was a need for that, so I anticipated it. So
He's
I
already
broke it
spoken.
down. I'm sorry.
He's already spoken, I mean,
Well,
during public comment.
if you can just give us the
I can hand them to you.
the question,
Still-
that'll work.
The
Or
chief
if you want to
wasn't
hand
here
it
when
to
he was
Chief,
asked the
It's up to
question.
y'all.
if you want to hand it to Chief Kingston
Up to
when
you
it comes
guys.
up. Chief Kingston. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to give you. We're not gonna be
Alvin,
able to
can
give
you just provide the council with your opinion of the
Yeah.
block system and what it has done for your department over the past year?
So Alvin Kingston, Police Chief. The flock camera system that we use for LPRs is different. So our LPRs have been, being utilized. We have solved numerous crimes. I asked one of my detectives, he thinks over 50. We get really good numbers off of it as far as the amount of traffic that's coming and going through our city. Yeah, I wasn't here when some of these were asked, but these cameras are not used for, the LPRs are not used for issuing citations. We don't send you a ticket in the mail, but none of that. We don't maintain this. We don't store the data. It's all stored by Flock in the cloud through their secure server. I can't keep you specifics on that.
Because
right-
actually,
right now.
I looked up as the Amazon
Yeah,
web
that's
server.
what we talked about last
Yeah.
time. It's the
It's
same
a-
thing they use.
It's a FedRAMP approved server as well, so it's.
And this is all being funded by the Office of Homeland Security. So we're not paying for it. We pay for it and it gets fully reimbursed 100%. So what we're asking for with these is we were awarded $75,000 for the same grant that we used for the LPRs. These are video cameras. They're pan, tilt, zoom. You can set them on one direction or they can patrol. They'll be utilized at places such as the depot, different parks, boat launches, downtown. We can put them on poles. We can put them on our buildings, wherever they may be.
How many cameras do we have in total in the city?
0. These is none.
What we currently have though?
11 stationary, and I think 2 that we can move.
So what would be the main difference from what we have now to?
Those are LPRs. Those are for reading license plates. These are just like your home security camera.
So to create motions, I know that came up one of the last council meetings. I think Councilman Reed at the time asked there was some activity at the park that said, well, we got a camera right there. Can we get that motion? See if that, I think someone was vandalizing.
With these, we will.
So with these, we will. And so, same premise. How many are we looking at placing?
25.
It's however, roughly 25 with the cost that we've been quoted. It could be less, it could be more, but I think it's 25 is what it equals up to. It's not gonna be more than $75,000. That includes the camera, the install, all the equipment, in 1 year subscription.
Yeah.
Do you think that this would help you solve at least one crime? in the city?
Absolutely.
I bet Will at Bakersboro Boat Launch, I've had 4 people call me and ask for video cameras out there because their trucks was robbed while they was fishing during the day, so.
And again, this is
I wanna
100%
see 'em come
reimbursement.
in.
And so
And
this,
we have nothing to give them, so.
so this system's different. So this could be placed at parks or if they are getting vandalized, you're able to capture. So it's really just a, let you get at your, kind of your ring camera systems, you'd be able to, I mean, it's,
Basic security camera.
yeah, basic security camera.
And the access to it will be the same as?
It'll be through Fox, because we're already using that platform, so it'd be easy to access it.
Perfect, thank you.
And Alvin, in your memo to the city council, it says cameras will be placed by police throughout the city, focusing on city parks, train depot, boat launches, Old Town, and other high traffic areas. Storage is included in the agreement with 60-day recovery period. That's in your memo.
And this is shareable with other departments, with other agencies.
The LPRs are, but these cameras are gonna be our cameras, right? We want them to be. It's Captain Osborne, he's running this program. Got more information than I got.
So Drew, what you're walking in on is these are cameras that we will have access to, but say if Biloxi PD needed, you could pull footage for them, but you guys have the access to these specific video cameras, correct?
That's correct. If they wanted access to that, they would have to submit a request.
To get it.
And this is part of the information, and Chief, you're able to help clarify this on the LPR. So the LPRs are the license plate readers, which we currently have. Just going through some of the information that they provided, there was something in there about transparency and ethical product design, and then there was a privacy control, which the privacy controls enable certain vehicles to opt out of being captured. Now, that's not the nature of what we're talking about tonight, but this was included on the packet. Is there a process, are you guys familiar with that, where individuals can opt out of their license plate being read? That is part of what they had sent us on the, again, it was a number of highlights and integral parts of their product, and that's one of them, is individuals could opt out of that. Are we familiar? Are we providing anybody that ability to opt out?
But this isn't licensed, so
I know,
that's
no, but
separate.
no, it's not. I know this is a little different, but this was included in the packet. Under the LPR, I just thought it was interesting, is that's not something we had discussed previously. So is there an opt-out program, or is there a way for individuals
We
that,
can't tell you the process for that.
can we,
We can look it up.
yeah, I mean, it's,
Research.
yeah, I mean, it's in their material. Would be interesting, I mean, I don't know if, I mean, again, that was a discussion we had a few months back. If you can find out how that opt-out process is and how we let people know, I think that's important.
Isn't that defeat the purpose of having it, if people can just let everybody opt out of it?
Well, I think, you know, and I think part of the issue is that, you know, and again, I know this is not the nature of what we're voting on tonight, but there are some lawsuits about the violation of Fourth Amendment with warrantless searches. So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, an individual's opting out gonna go commit a crime that otherwise wouldn't be solved by these cameras? Probably not.
Like I previously said, if anybody has any questions, their website has a plethora of information. They can go on there and
Do you do you have a rep's name that's selling us all of this 75? I mean, I'm sure there's a rep that we can contact that's selling this product. Do you have one that you can share, Drew? I know you deal with it more.
This Department of Human.
I would suggest, Kyle, if you want to meet, I would suggest scheduling an appointment with the chief of police and
I don't have that information.
Detective Osborne, and y'all can all meet with the sales rep together.
Yeah, I think it's important to kind of understand all of the different aspects of the products before we purchase. So, yeah, would love
We
to
already
get-
purchased the LPRs and
I
they've
know,
been
but this
employed
is-
for a
yeah,
while now.
I know, but there's information that was provided that I don't think we had last time, and so it's interesting. So, we'd like to get more info on that.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna clarify, these are not LPRs that we're
Yeah, and I've said that a couple different
looking
times.
at this time.
Yeah.
Mr. John, I'm gonna keep the discussion at the podium.
Do you all have somebody monitoring the security cameras? Or do you? wait
Currently,
for
right now,
them?
we don't have any security cameras, and these would just be like the LPRs. If we need to investigate something, we would access them and do that. And it monitors, it keeps track of everything that you do. So there's a paper trail of who accesses it, why they access it, and what they did on it. So this isn't something that just popped up on the screen that we're watching.
Okay.
Any other discussion? I'd just like to add, if it's gonna help you solve one crime for kids at a park getting grabbed, I mean, I know we're
Absolutely.
talking about vandalism, stuff like that, but if it's gonna help the,
If y'all have any other questions, I mean, myself or Captain Osborne here, we'll get you the information if we don't know it.
I mean, if you told me it solved one crime, I'm good with it, so. I will call for a motion.
I think I already have a motion.
We have a motion by Councilman Smith. Oh, we have a motion and a second already?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have a second too, Caitlin? We have a second?
Yeah.
DeSalvo.
Any other discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries 6-1. We'll call for a motion on agenda item 11B, a motion to authorize the engineer to advertise for construction bids for Hurricane Ida road repairs and paving project.
Motion.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
Moving on to.
Hey, one other thing real quick, just an information thing. Today we opened bids for the boardwalk downtown, so next meeting we should have something to move forward with on that as well.
As well as the main drain.
Main drain also.
We opened that last week.
And they were both favorable, so they're not huge upsets expected, so.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to council business 12A. We heard Mr. Antonio Johnson speak earlier, but I'll call for a motion to waive, or a motion to waive the fee,
Yes. I
the
believe, yes.
fee for the Hancock County First Responders Appreciation Ball.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this organization a 501c3?
Mr. Johnson, you can come up to the mic.
I submitted all the paperwork. We had to make a board, write out the bylaws and present it to the Secretary of State. So we're in the works to be a 501,
Okay, but you're not right now.
not tonight.
Gotcha. All right.
Any other?
We do have an EIN number. We had to establish that before we went further with the Secretary of State. We do have that. But as of tonight, we're not 501.
And so you've already paid your damage fees or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the cleaning damage, yes, sir.
Yes.
We wanted to secure that date.
Any other?
Yeah, just a question for Mr. Johnson. Obviously very commendable, appreciate what you're doing here. Just kind of going along the lines of Larry. So you're in the process of setting that up. Can you kind of just provide us with some kind of idea after we waive this fee, which is roughly about $1,800? Take me through, you're charging at the door, like what are the proceeds and what percentage of the proceeds go to first responders or maybe families of first responders that may have fallen? Can you just help me better understand
Absolutely.
the rationale of this?
Local businesses here in Hancock County have been donating toward the event. They were buying like a table, and it's a catered event, and first responders and their guests or +1 would come in free of charge.
Okay.
We are doing raffles there, silent auctions there, and whatever's left over, we're gonna donate it to an organization like CASA, Hope Haven, probably one of those. Because for several years, I've been doing the Hancock County Guns and Hoses, Cops versus Firefighters softball. And what we do is half of it goes towards like the stuff that we need for the game. The other half we donated to one year's CASA, next year's Hope Haven. Used to bounce back and forth. So this year it's all going to be strictly donated for the first responders. There's no charge at the door. It's an invitation for the first responders and their guests.
And the raffle and any money that's generated through the raffle sign auction, once you get established in 501c, your plan is to donate that or keep that for?
We're going to donate.
Not to keep it, but use that for any, again, families or a fallen ocean?
Yes, sir. And then if we decide to do it again next year, which I'm sure we will, we'll start over from scratch. It's the first year I've ever put together a ball. I wanted to do it 5 or 6 years ago, but life was just too busy.
When is the date of the event?
January 31st, 2026.
Do you have any idea when that 50C will be approved?
Said it could be days to 9 months.
Again, I appreciate what, I just want to make sure, and I'm not saying this is a case, but right now, as far as it's an individual that would be benefiting. I know that's not the case here, but we just have to make sure that, again, that it goes the appropriate route if we do waive this fee with the tax dollars. So I'm just trying to kind of get a better understanding and grasp of this.
I don't have the fees in front of me, but what would be the nonprofit fee on a Saturday?
Well, there's no.
It's the same amount,
It's none, right?
1,800.
No discount on the weekends.
So if you moved it to Thursday night, they would have a discounted rate.
I believe he said on, we had that discussion, he said on.
Better
I think it's
volume
already
and
done.
traffic going through on a weekend.
It's 75 an hour.
I'd be more inclined to maybe doing again, I'd want to get feedback, but maybe doing the nonprofit rate, deviating a little bit from the schedule, but doing a nonprofit rate for that Saturday.
There's not one.
We don't have.
No, I know, but
What-
honoring what
Like
it
a
is in the
weekly
week, potentially for that, but then that opens up, again, then it opens up, we do it for one, the next one, we would have to do it, so setting that precedent, but I just, until it's
Y'all just keep in
verified
mind, it's not
501c.
for me.
I know.
It's for
I
our
know,
first
but-
responders.
Right, right.
Yeah, I think that's why I normally have a lot of events during the week to get that discounted rate.
Okay, well, any other discussion or questions?
So the event itself is held for the first responders, but there's no funding that goes towards anything for first responders or fallen officers. Am I
Like
understanding?
donating like towards them.
Yeah, for like the families
This
or.
is just an appreciation ball, just to bring out the first responders.
Okay.
And then we also gonna have tables set up for the 2 Bay St. Louis fallen officers, as well as Michael Buffet with the county. And we're gonna invite their families out to attend.
I think it's a great cause. I just don't know that we want to start opening that Pandora's box to, we've denied so many in the past. We've denied CASA before and other ones, and once we open that door, then we get here and we're getting our personal feelings involved in who deserves it and who don't. I don't want to go there. I mean, because been pretty consistent on weekends.
Can we discount it?
George, and
Charge me the weekly rate for the weekend?
I know that'd be probably an outlier. I don't think we've done that before. Again, I think if we did it for one, then
Right.
it might dissuade someone from coming during the week to get that nonprofit rate. And then would have to be consistent for them as well, regardless of what cause or charity or nonprofit it goes to.
Mr. President?
Yes, I was looking something up. Okay.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to deny the request for the
Well,
waiver.
if we don't make a motion, will die on the agenda.
Okay.
That's all.
We could do that too.
That way, instead of changing it up.
All right, I withdraw the motion.
Anyone make a motion to approve? Okay. Motion will, does it die on the agenda for lack of a motion? And we will move on to our next agenda item, which actually will back up and do council business. Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's just say if we did decide to change it, do it on a Thursday, would y'all be willing to waive the fees on a Thursday?
Or the
We'd go to a nonprofit rate,
nonprofit rate?
Yeah,
which is roughly half of what the,
Yeah. What it is.
yeah. So during the week, it's like a charge by the hour type thing. I think it's 75 per hour.
I think that might be.
I think it's
So if you-
half. I think it's just half. It's a set rate, but it's
Yeah.
half of what, the 1,800, I think it's at 900, right?
There's an hourly rate as well.
It's hourly during the week.
Well, we also have to find out whether we have a Thursday available.
But it's okay, we already set the date, I'm sorry. We're gonna keep the same date.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry we couldn't do it.
All right, Rob, good evening.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other council business, starting with
I would
Councilwoman?
like to say that we need, as a council, to get something written about this, the rental, when we get asked. you know,
Like a standard practice?
yeah. Yeah.
I think we have a fee sheet.
Get the
Yeah,
fee
you-
sheet.
you
We
have
get the
a-
rate sheet.
You have a rate sheet.
We do.
So we just have to stick to it if that's
Mhm.
what we decide to do.
Yeah. Okay.
You have any council business?
So, yeah. I'm going to be, talking to the business owners and restaurant owners downtown and trying to get a concise, idea of when their deliveries come, so I can present to, the administration and perhaps help, to move on with the striping and loading zones and where ADA needs to go.
We got our crossing zones and all pretty well lined out. We'll be trying to get some prices coming soon. Ronnie's working on that, and they'll move forward with that. And the unloading zones and everything in the morning, we just gotta come up with the time and all, and just make them adhere to it.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to the businesses about, to, not blindside them.
No.
And,
But it's also that part
Work
to
with
get the
them.
word out that you need to be here
Yeah.
by such and such
Yeah.
time.
for sure. Thank you. That's it.
Yes, I have a couple of issues, but I'll be quick. First, I'd like to thank the Hancock County Library System for restocking a little library at MLK Park on Washington Street. Also want to thank Kenichi Engineering for completing the fence project. The signage looks good out there, and then the city for the speed plats in front of the park as well. But we do have some ongoing issues at MLK Park, so I do appreciate Chief Kingston and Captain Osborne for coming here and explaining the camera systems. We have issues with vandalism in the bathrooms in the parks as well. There was something on Facebook and also brought to my attention by phone, countless calls about the water being off at the park. I did follow up with Ronnie. He gave me an update that after we replaced the actual water faucet and put it onto the bathroom, someone vandalized that, which caused the pipes to need to be repaired. So that's in the work. If anybody's watching, that's on our radar. There's a work order and it has been purchased. We just have to get it fixed.
Yeah, we just spent $800 for that water fountain, paid for it last meeting on the docket and all, and it's ripped off the wall and all now.
Right, so those cameras will come in handy, keeping an eye on who's causing those problems. There's also a slide. It looked like someone basically stumped their foot through the slide, so now it's roped off from the kids as well. So I'm happy about that. Also, I just want to open up a discussion with council about the things that we make public, with the increase of spam calls and fraud. And like last night, I got 2 phone calls. I won't go into details, but I was like, how did this individual know this information? And it kind of came from the stuff that we put public. So if we just want to maybe consider or have that conversation one day, like when it comes to planning and zoning, personal information that gets publicized, or things with our finance reports, that we may want to consider asking for like public request documents on.
I can tell you that I know planning and zoning has started restricting the information that is out there and also redacting email addresses because of that precise reason.
Good, okay.
They were getting a lot of wire transfer requests. So if any of your constituents call you and say, why do I have to spend $5,000 to send a wire to the city of Bay St. Louis, make sure you tell them they do not. It looks really legitimate, but we were getting hit with a lot of them for a while. So that's why we've removed email addresses. I think that's why you also notice on your website, I think most of you, it's like a click to a click and it'll email you instead of having your email address out there publicly. That's why there's been a lot of spoofing.
Right.
And so that is something I know that we have talked to, if looking at everything, redacting what we can put in this public information. If somebody wants the document, if it's information that's public, they can go to City Hall and grab it. But as far as putting everything on the web where some search engine can grab it and start spoofing, we're trying to figure out ways to eliminate that.
Thank you.
Is that the main concern, like the email, like the applicant's emails and their phone numbers? Is that
It's
kind of the
literally
main?
sending invoices that look real, coming from the city. to
From the city to
applicants.
the applicants?
To the applicant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's high tech.
Yeah, I would say as far as, I mean, I think the emails are a good first step to prevent that, because I saw what y'all were talking about, and that was, luckily I believe they were able to resolve it before it became a problem. But, I mean, as far as our financial statements, we don't post, because when I was at Gulf Regional, one of the things I dealt with were we actually posted our bank statements on and we had fake checks coming in left or right. So if we had our checks on here, or we had copies of that, that would be something I would say to pull off. But as far as what we present in there, if there's something specific that's pointed out, maybe we can just black it out.
Grabbing it off of special events permits.
Yeah.
I mean, the information, contact information. So it's
I think it would be more contact information for residents. If we see that on there, that'll be a good starting point. But I think that's already been happening.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, Mike, I just wanted to credit Brent. He sent me an email today that they're going to be working, I think, soon to get a contractor to fix that other cage at the baseball field, which will definitely help with the
stairs as well.
Do what?
That and some stairs.
Okay.
Up
to the umpire box. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. That's definitely needed, and especially with baseball season approaching. The other item, this kind of spills over, Nancy, to your area, but it's a constituent that keeps asking me. She's using the City Hall courts. I think they have a group that plays pickleball early in the morning. She's asked about the striping. I know that probably wasn't us that striped. I think they were, correct me if I'm wrong, they were pulled off some of the surface, right?
We didn't pull it off, but it got pulled off,
got pulled off.
And took some of the paint on the court and all off.
So again, I mean, I quite often frequent just with the kids' school there. I mean, I think it's a pretty good balance. I know one of the concerns is, well, that's only tennis court we have in the city. You know, we don't want to be over on a pickleball. I haven't observed it. I spoke with Susan about it as well. I don't think they're seeing it. I think they're being pretty courteous. So can we put something, maybe not tape, but something even like, so if somebody, I don't know who tore it off, or if somebody was mad that's a tennis player didn't want it there, I don't know. But can we put maybe a paint or line it or stripe it to where it can be a dual use court, which is not uncommon in a lot of municipalities. They've got dual court. So what's the likelihood we can, I tagged you on those email correspondence with her, because
we can look at other courts and look and see if we need it. I know Reverend Reed talked about MLK Park possibility there.
Yeah, but we gotta get those basketball courts fixed before we do that.
Basketball courts, we bought the material twice. Was given partially to them, and they were supposed to take care of everything. So the Friends of MLK Park was responsible for that. The city didn't do a good enough job on the parks, we was told, when they had professionals doing it, and you see what they got.
Well, yeah, that organization is dissolved now, so.
That needs to go back to the Friends of the.
Well, the organization's dissolved by the state, so it's non-existent at the moment.
But yeah, I'm not sure if Julia Street's a opportunity to do it on that court there. I'm not sure. I do see kids out there playing, and still could be a dual use there as well on that court.
So with City Hall, is there a reason why you don't want to stripe it? Or I'm just asking.
It's the only tennis court we got, and don't want pickleball to take it over.
Yeah, well, we've got.
People that play tennis don't want to play tennis on a pickleball court.
Yeah.
I think we can give
the
them
other way
one,
around. They don't matter.
I think we can give them one tennis court.
Oh, we do.
So they can play
I guess we're no
tennis.
step closer in public use of the courts that we're paying for, the taxpayers, about Bay High.
Well, we just built 2 pickleballs. We can't play tennis on them, so I mean.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. No, but
I know,
we only have one.
but I mean,
only have one tennis court.
The thing is, move forward, try to get more pickleball courts along with tennis courts if needed over there as a layout, and we'll continue to go after grants for it.
No movement now on those other tennis courts.
And I'd like to see the high school be a little more generous with their
Well, we talked
tennis
courts,
courts.
and theirs is a security, which maybe with the
We can
cameras.
put one of them cameras there and let us use it.
And then also, the upkeep of it as well. So that was talked about before and got about that forward, who's responsible for what.
Okay.
I do, believe it or not, as big as I am, I started playing tennis a couple months back. And I actually had to drive over to Pass Christian because the only tennis court here was occupied. And I will say tennis players hate pickleball, so
Yeah.
somebody probably tore those stripes up, if I had to guess. So,
No
But
doubt.
also there's some in the parking lot at Bay High.
pass it on in.
And there's pickleball courts laid out under the lights in the parking lot over there.
But I have played pickleball.
And and so that works out very well for the neighborhood over there too, so, I mean, there's other opportunities.
Park on Dunbar is big enough for tennis court. We could probably lay it out there. Just FYI, throwing that out there.
On Dunbar.
By Julia.
Julia.
Dunbar.
Right.
Julia Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good spot for one.
Let's do it.
Snag one in your ward.
Just happens to, we have a nice park in my ward.
So what happened to this stuff for the basketball courts? Are they still with the city, or you gave that to someone to
We
put out
gave a
there?
lot of the materials to it. We had the paint, we reordered paint.
Because I was understanding that the paint was still here with the
We
city.
still have some of it, but again, it's sitting over there and going away.
Right, for years, right?
Yeah.
So it ain't gonna be no
Years,
good.
it's not good.
Yeah, the paint's not gonna be good. But from,
But
like I
that's
said,
about, probably about $20,000 worth of paint sitting over there. But that was brought in for that part.
yeah.
Not sure where the other material is that was given, if they used it all. I don't know. Asked about it many times and we got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Well, we're gonna try to go in a different direction, because, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Did you have anything else, Bill?
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Councilman Dick? Councilman DeSalvo?
I had one thing, it's actually not my ward, and I missed the last meeting, but I think Mr. Breland wanted to ask for an extension. What was the verdict on that,
You know, on Ballard Court.
on Ballard Court? Like
I think it was, given a month deadline, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Correct.
Comes up Thursday, I think, for the deadline. They've been monitored, events have been going over there and everything. He'll probably have everything pretty well cleaned up by then, but he's asking for an extension so he can rebuild that shed and everything and get it back together. He thinks about maybe a three week with the holidays and all to get everything up to code and bring the shed, back up. And that's what he would like for an extension on.
So there's,
And just remember, there's no, the city has a year to act.
there's satisfactory improvement in
It's
what's been.
significant. They took trees out over there and everything. I think Keith is here, and I think they moved one of the vehicles out. And then the other.
Mr. Breland, can I actually come to the podium just so the
Yes,
people at home
please.
can hear?
So, Keith Freeland, Carrot Court. So, yeah, they actually, I got a crew that came in there. At first, it fell apart. Then these guys that came in, they cleaned up everything. They got all the backyard clean. You can actually see the fence and all that stuff. And they cleaned all around the RV and everything. And I got the yellow truck that I'm supposed to be removing tomorrow, supposedly. But my brother's working all for 3 nights. So we're gonna move that out tomorrow in that RV. And they moved a pile of cross ties. They were stacked neat. They moved them over in front of the RV because the dumpsters were full. They couldn't haul those off. But other than that, it's making good headway. So then the construction, he said he could do it 3 weeks, but he's gonna take off the week of Thanksgiving because he's coming from Moselle. The 2 guys are from Moselle. And so that's where we stand now. So, but it's, it look bad. Then when you remove the trees, that's covering a little bit of it. But
As far as the structure, I may have missed the structure. Is there anything going to be done with the existing structure?
oh yeah,
Reinforcing.
well, all the poles and all that's still good. The inside wall's still good. Everything.
It's just the outside wall and the back wall. So he's gonna start, he's gonna put all the rafters up. He's gonna take off the tin roof that's on it, put up the existing, add rafters, put the roof back on, and then he's gonna start reframing all the walls just like it was before.
Well,
So
it
it's
sounds
gonna
like
look,
there's a plan in place now. I know first time there was some kind of
yeah, we
questions.
kind of, yeah, 8, 9 different, and it's still going on. I mean, the excuses you hear, it's amazing.
So I appreciate
But,
the
yeah.
progress.
Yeah, so, it's gonna look a lot better, and then we can use it again. So, but I appreciate you, working with me, that's for sure.
Well, thank you for the update as
All right,
well.
thank you, appreciate everything, thank you, Mayor.
Anything else?
The only other thing, Mayor, the big lights by 603 and I-10, the two on the south side aren't working. The big poles with the big lights is kind of dark right there in that 4 corners on that side.
The two big on south side?
Yes, sir. That's it. Thank
There's
you.
several on 603 that are out.
Yeah.
Josh, while you're on that, we had ordered some lights. Was it 10 the first time, 8 or 10?
Yeah.
So we got them in, and they installed them, but they're the wrong height.
Oh, God.
So they've come back, reordered those, but I think we had a total of 20 or 25 of them coming, something like that.
We had
So
10
they,
and 8, maybe 18 or so, I thought.
Something.
Yeah.
cause we got some already. So Mississippi Power, went through Mississippi Power for that with, so they misfigured somewhere along the line. So those they did put those up, but you can see the difference south of the bridge there when you come in at nighttime a little bit.
Yeah, and there's still a stretch right there.
Yeah.
South of Barry Court Bridge.
I wouldn't have
doesn't
noticed
work.
it, but
Yeah, it's
until it was brought to the attention that they got the wrong lights in. So heads up on that.
Okay.
All right.
That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you. for the public forum. Anything from you, Councilman Smith?
No, sir, everything's been covered.
Has anyone signed up for the second? No one is here for the second public forum for non-agenda topics. So we'll move on to our attorney's report.
Nothing new from me.
No executive session is needed. I will call for a motion to adjourn the meeting of November 18th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.